the United States has imposed new sanctions on 13 senior Venezuelan officials, turning up the heat on the beleaguered government of Nicolas Maduro as opposition activists launched a 48-hour strike in protest against an upcoming vote they say will mark the end of democracy. Venezuela to vote amid crisis. All you need to know. Read more. The sanctions unveiled on Wednesday targeted current and former government officials, high-ranking military officers, and managers of the state oil company known as PDVSA for alleged human rights abuses, undermining democracy and corruption. But they were also part of an international effort to pressure Maduro to cancel this Sunday's election to choose members of a new body to rewrite Venezuela's constitution. Anyone elected to the National Constituent Assembly should know that their role in undermining democratic processes and institutions in Venezuela could expose them to potential U.S. sanctions, said the U.S. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin. The targets include Nestor Reverol, the Interior Minister for Security, who has helped lead the crackdown on 4 months of political unrest, Army Chief Jesus Suarez, National Police Director Carlos Perez, and PDVSA Vice President for Finance Simon Zerpa. Reverol, a former head of the Venezuelan anti-drug agency and director of the National Guard, was promoted to his current position last year, a day after the U.S. indicted him on drug trafficking charges. Other targets were the National Elections Director, Tibisay Lucena, who has repeatedly thwarted opposition efforts to seek to replace the Maduro government through constitutional means. Opposition leaders accused Lucena of stalling last year's attempted holding a recall referendum against the president. Former Minister Elias Chaua, now head of the committee overseeing the Constituent Assembly, the country's ombudsman, Tarek William Saab, and former PDVSA Vice President, Eric Malpica were also named. Profile: Who is Nicolas Maduro? Show hide political career. Maduro is the president of Venezuela. He served as the interim president upon the death of Hugo Chavez in March 2013, and won a hastily arranged general election in April 2013, narrowly defeating opposition candidate Enrique Capriles. Background: Maduro was previously a bus driver and trade union leader. He was elected to the National Assembly in 2000 and was appointed to a number of government positions by Chavez, including foreign minister. Accusations: The president, who lacks the charisma of his predecessor, has seen his approval ratings plunge amid widespread food shortages and triple-digit inflation. He stands accused of authoritarianism over his crackdowns on protests and attempts to shut off opposition paths to power. He claims he is the target of a U.S.-backed economic war aimed at removing socialist control over the world's biggest oil resources. Was this helpful? Thank you for your feedback.